Hello there, this is Scott Pearce from ApprovIQ. Um, Here today to show you one of our new features, which is to extract DA conditions out of your DA documents and add them to your projects. So here we are, we're going to create a new project. Uh, this is just a test project. I'm going to add an item manually, we'll call it tester. Testing, there we go. So what we've created now is a checklist that could be sent to a client that has one item. And what we'll want to do is to also upload additional documents. So what I'm going to show you here is a North Sydney Council uh, DA conditions. This is for a project that is in a heritage area, so quite a lot of conditions. As you can see here, all these conditions, A1 to A4, all the way through, all the way down to G1 to G6. So we're going to go in and upload this document. And then what we can do here is add additional instructions for the AI. Because every council area has a different format, for their DA conditions, what the AI needs is for you to give it a little bit of description to help it create the right outcomes for you. So let's just see here. Now, I'd say that this would be pretty standard from council area to council area. However, we do want you to go into specifics. So this is, I can see here that basically I've told it what all the conditions are called, A1 to A4, G1 to G6, etc. And I've also told it how I want it to bring it in terms of what numbers I want it to give it. So the items, it should be created as DA A01, DA O2, DA C17, etc. And the reason I want to do that is because when the client receives the checklist, I want it to be obvious which items are DA conditions and which are items that I've added as the private certifier or building surveyor. So I've given it some other things it should be aware of, that sometimes the pages break using this at the top of each page, and sometimes, as in this C2, the page break actually breaks that condition up, and I need the AI to be aware of that. And so I've said, be aware that sometimes a condition breaks over a page and you will find a header. Please ignore this header if it is found in a condition. Uh, Ignore all section headings. So another thing that it commonly will grab are these section headings. And for it to ignore those, all I've had to say is ignore all section headings, for example. And I've given it an example of one of the section headings here. So ignore all section headings, for example, conditions that identify approved plans. These should not be included as an approval item title. And we'll go down here, we'll click extract and continue. And so now what's happening is we're giving the AI the DA conditions document as well as the extraction instructions that we've just created. And it is now going to create a bunch of checklist items. So here's the approval items for this project. You'll remember the untitled item I created manually just to have one item in this project. And then we start to see that the AI has created DA01, DA-A02, so that we've still got that connection back to this document. So I know that if I'm talking to a client and we're talking about plans on site, this is DA-A02, I can simply go in here and be like, okay, that's the one that we're talking about. So we'll open that up, and we can start to see that that it's essentially copied over. Let's have a look at plans on site. We'll go down to A2. Here we go. Plans on site. A copy of all stamped approved plans. All documents kept on site in accordance with. A copy of all stamped plans. All documents kept on site in accordance. Reason to ensure. Oh, there we go. So it's added a little extra there. And I think that what it was picking up is that there's quite a distance here. There's some sort of text. There's some sort of tab or something that would be in that document that the AI has picked up. You can choose to leave that in there, or you can go through and clean them all up. if I wanted to update my prompt, I could come in and highlight this quad, add that to the prompt to say, when you find this, do not include it, and run this over again. And so what we would suggest is that you save your prompt. You could save this prompt and say that it's for North Sydney Council, and the next time that you get a DA, next time you get an application that has a DA from that North Sydney Council, you've got your prompt ready to run. As always, what we're trying to do here at ApprovIQ is to build on your process. So yes, you have to do a little bit of work to get the output that you want, but if you save that, then the next time that this exact situation happens, then you'll be ready to go next time in a much quicker fashion. So I've just demonstrated how you add DA conditions into your project when creating a checklist for your customer. I've showed you how to format your prompt to help you get the best outcome from our AI solutions. If you've got any further questions, you can always reach me at scott@approviq.com, or hit any one of our channels on the internet, and we will get back to you as quick as we can. But thanks very much for playing along today. Appreciate your time. Be well.